Chapter 10, Too Late to Switch Partners. The house was eerily silent, save for Becca's sobs, when Robin heard it, a soft rustling near the couch. She turned just in time to see Skibbity dart out from under the coffee table, something clutched in his mouth. "Hey, what is that?" she called, but the cat sprinted toward the hallway. Curious, she followed, finally catching up to him in the bedroom. Skibbity crouched next to Reggie's suitcase, batting at a salmon-colored cloth napkin. Robin reached down and picked it up, her breath catching as she noticed a dark, ominous stain, the remnants of the wine spill from that fateful night. "What are you looking at?" Shane's voice startled her. Shane and Kyle walked into the room. Shane leaned in, eyeing the napkin. "That from dinner?" "I thought so. It has wine all over it. I think it's one of the napkins Becca used to wipe up Reggie's spilled drink," Robin muttered. Kyle stared at the napkin and brought his hands to his temples. He whispered, "You guys, I am starting to freak out. There is no way this ends up being just okay for us when we go back home. I am going to lose my job. Each one of us lost a spouse this week. How can we not look guilty? They are never going to believe that it was a cat tipping over a wine glass." "Are you being serious right now? What are you even saying? We had nothing to do with this," Shane snapped. "Great. From pickleball to prison ball. This is not exactly the vacation I signed up for," Kyle huffed. "Hey, stop it," Robin hissed. "None of us are thinking super clearly right now. All of our lives are going to change." "I think Kyle is right. This looks really damn bad for all of us." "We haven't done anything. I'm sorry. This is all crazy. What are we going to do? Will the cops believe us?" Shane conceded. "Do you want to take that chance?" Kyle asked grimly. Before either of them could answer, Becca's voice called out from the living room. "What's going on in there?" Shane, Kyle, and Robin hesitated before stepping back into the living room, finding Becca still curled up on the floor. Robin held up the napkin tight in her hand. Becca's eyes flicked from their faces to the fabric, her expression tightening. "What is that?" she asked, her voice uneven. Shane hesitated. "It's from dinner. One of the napkins from that night." Becca's breathing quickened, her eyes darting between them. Are you going to give that to Exuma?" Her voice cracked, and the panic started spilling out before she could stop it. "Oh my God, I can't be left alone here. The other 3 were accidents, I swear. I wouldn't hurt Jay, or Jared, or Carlos. Skibbity tipped the glass over. What if..." Her breath came faster, her hand shaking. "I am so sorry, I swear. I never meant for this to happen. But if they take me, if they arrest me..." The tears flowed freely. The group looked at each other mutely as they contemplated this mess in which they found themselves. They all were worried about what this meant. Exuma wasn't going to believe that Becca had acted alone, would he? He would start asking more questions, poking holes, possibly creating holes in their stories. 4 people had died, and all 4 of them had lost their partners. Every person in this room had the most to gain. That wasn't going to be seen as a coincidence Exuma would ignore. There was no way Becca was going to be the only one implicated in this spiderweb. Robin sat down on the floor and wrapped her arms around Becca's shaking form. As a solitary tear ran down her face, she whispered, "It's okay. You didn't mean for all this to happen. How could you have known?" Kyle nodded solemnly. We've already lost so much here, Becca. We can't lose you too. Shane poured a large glass of wine and gulped it down as fast as he could. Was this really happening? He looked at Becca and Robin on the floor with an impassive expression. They are never going to believe that we all didn't have something to do with this. If they start looking too closely, they'll start questioning why all of us lost someone that night. I think protecting Becca is the only way. Then we can't hand this napkin over. It would pinpoint the source of the poison. That's a piece of the puzzle we can't give them, Kyle said. He slowly turned and stared through the glass of the patio door, watching the waves lap up on the sand. This is now bigger than any one of us. Robin looked between them, her voice hesitant but firm. We don't have a choice. We protect each other. We make sure no one finds a reason to look at us. Becca wiped at her face, glancing up at them with a mixture of desperation and disbelief. You're really doing this? For me? Shane crossed his arms. For all of us. Because if we go down together. Kyle let out a slow breath. We're in this now. We won't turn back. Robin gave Becca's shoulder a small squeeze. No one else has to know. We make sure they don't. Becca nodded resolutely. Then we do this right. She took a deep breath and stood, pulling Robin up with her, as if the physical act of standing together solidified their pact. She wiped at her face again, her hands still shaking, but there was something steadier in her voice now. We can't just sit back and wait. We need to steer the investigation. What if we give Exuma a suspect? Shane leaned forward, a dangerous glint in his eye. We give him Chef Pinder. Robin hesitated. But he didn't do anything. Exactly. But right now, he's the easiest person to blame, Shane said. He had access to our food. He came and went freely. He prepared individual portions. If we plant doubt in Exuma's mind, he'll focus on Pinder instead of us. Kyle sighed. It's risky, but if we don't, he might start looking closer at us. Becca's hands balled into fists. Then we do this carefully, no mistakes. With a final, unspoken agreement, Kyle took the napkin, walked out to the patio, and tossed it into the fire pit. The fabric curled and blackened, disintegrating into ash. The group looked warily at each other, knowing they were at a point they couldn't come back from. They had to work together to frame an innocent man.